What's up guys, I'm Jeff Rizzo from RizKnows.com. Today we are reviewing the GoPro Hero 5 Black action camera, which is probably the one I'm using most often now, but I know the question that's on your mind, and that is this the best action camera out there right now? We're gonna cover that at the end of the video and a lot more in the process, so stay tuned. And also, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. I promise you, we're gonna show you some really cool gear on this channel and help you save money. That's what we're all about. Alrighty, so the Hero 5 Black is, according to the CEO of GoPro, the action camera that they always wanted to make. It just took them 14 years to do it. And I kind of feel the same way. I wish I had this camera all along, but I don't know that I would say it's mind-blowing or anything. It is a solid action camera though. At any rate, let's talk first about design and hardware. And then number two, we'll talk about the whole camera stuff like media recording. In terms of design, think of the Hero 5 Black as a water-resistant Hero 4 Silver with extras. Out of the box, it is water rated down to 10 meters, so no external housing unit required. That's awesome. But if you want, you can get a dive mount separately, and GoPro has like accessories pretty much for everything. It is also compatible with the new Karma drone and most existing GoPro accessories, which means if you already have a bunch of GoPro stuff, you're probably good to go. Or if you're new to GoPro and you're watching your wallet a bit, you can still get one of those cheaper bundles on Amazon that have like 30 accessories. And by the way, if saving money is your thing, you should definitely check out RizKnows Deals. We're all the time finding some great deals and discounts on GoPros, smartwatches, and other cool stuff. Gear that I think you guys are really going to like. We'll drop the link down below in the description and have it here on the screen for you. And getting back to the Hero 5 Black, it also has a 2-inch LCD full color touchscreen on the back of it. So you use that for changing settings, viewing previously recorded media, and all of that stuff. One word of warning, however, if that touchscreen is wet or if you're like in water or something like that, it won't work. So you're going to want to use those two physical buttons. And then also, I think overall the touchscreen was a little bit finicky. I was kind of always selecting the wrong thing, although to be fair, that could be a little bit of a software issue. And I know GoPro has been releasing some updates and they will continue to do that in the future. They may be on top of this already, but I have had some trouble with the touchscreen. Likewise, I think the whole built-in microphone setup is just not quite perfect yet. So this is what the Hero 5 Black sounds like without an external housing unit. It does have 3 built-in microphones. None of them are necessarily front-facing, so it's not the greatest for vlogging, but it's supposed to automatically process and find the one with the best audio and limit some of that wind noise. However, I'm sure you can hear this, it's picking up a lot of external sound, and I'm not really convinced that the sound quality is any better than what you're hearing right now from my Hero 4 Silver. And in fact, I think in a lot of cases, sound quality was better on my older GoPros. So yeah, I don't think the audio was bad on the Hero 5, but it's definitely not really a reason that you would buy this camera. But you know, this next thing actually might be. The Hero 5 now supports voice commands. Like you can tell it to start and stop recording and take a picture or switch modes or make a highlight. I said this in a prior video, but GoPro added some really clever stuff here too for like moments that are life-altering that you just have to remember. Oh, the McRib is back! So yeah, the camera added a highlight there because it assumes that clip is memorable, and it is memorable. I mean, the McRib is back. It's a pretty awesome feature. I like those voice commands, and I think they really do come in handy. And they also have some pretty good range to them as well. So let me show you that.
GoPro, start recording. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, start recording.
All right, I think that's good enough.
Range is about as good as my half-court game.
Oh! So voice commands, I like them. I think all in all, also the build is legit on this camera, super rugged and durable. And if you scratch that front lens cap, you can still replace it. And this time I don't actually believe you even need a tool for it. You can just pop it right off and put a new one on. Also the battery is removable, but it's a new one that we haven't used before. So the Hero 4 batteries won't work on this guy. And it now charges with USB Type-C, which I think is a good move, but it's just another cable that you're going to have to keep track of. The Hero 5 Black also has Wi-Fi for connecting to your smartphone. You can use the GoPro app. I think they have like 3 of them to control your camera, change settings, edit videos, and then see all of your previously recorded media. It does now have Bluetooth also, which it will opt for to save battery life. And then they have a GoPro Apple Watch app that allows you to control the camera from your wrist, or you can buy separate GoPro branded remotes if you want, which are pretty cool as well. And I'll link a few of those down below in the description. And so yeah, that's the hardware stuff. For sure an improvement year over year, but nothing crazy like G-Metrix, which we saw on the Verb Ultra 30. So it won't let you track your speed or distance or chart your routes, although it does have GPS, but that's kind of a fringe feature. I don't know how much you guys really care about that stuff. Write me in the comments, let me know. I think it could actually be a good thing since battery life seems to always be a contentious point. And speaking of battery life, I hate to say it because it's like my answer for everything.
Hey Jeff.
Yep.
Meg Ryan or Jack Nicklaus?
Jack Nicklaus now or 1965?
Now.
It depends.
Hey Jeff, who are Saturdays for?
Is she going to see it? It depends. But yeah, the battery life on this one, it just depends. It's going to depend on whether or not you're running all of the features and everything extra. If you're pushing 4K, if you got Wi-Fi on, if you're using voice commands, all of that stuff running, it's going to be like 45 minutes or under. If you're shooting at 1080p and everything else is off, you're going to get right around 2 hours. So in that range of 45 minutes to 2 hours. However, it does have one-touch recording now. So we saw that on the Hero session. That helps to save battery life. If the camera is off, you press that shutter button one time, it turns on the camera, starts recording. Press it again, it stops recording, saves that clip, and turns the camera off. It's definitely useful to have. Now, as far as media quality goes, I think the camera is really good, and it has Pro Tune, so you can like play with the ISO limit, the white balance, the sharpness, all of that stuff to get closer to the shot that you have like pictured in your head. I've also seen that supposedly this guy has some improvements in terms of low light performance, but for me, like most action cameras are just, that's not a highlight feature for them. With that said, it does shoot 4K video at 30 frames per second, which looks gorgeous, but you have to take my word for it since this video is in 1080p. It also shoots everything else you see here on the screen, and 1080p 120, which is slow motion, and you're watching that right now. And then also 720p up to 240 frames per second, which is ultra slow motion. So the video quality is really very good. Although honestly, I think all of these modern cameras are so close in terms of media quality that you're almost splitting hairs. The Hero 4 cameras, very good. Here's the Hero 5 Black versus the Hero 4 Silver. They're both good, almost indistinguishable in terms of media quality. The Verb Ultra 30, good as well, although in subsequent tests, I need to report this to you guys, I've noticed the GoPro cameras actually handle changes in lighting conditions better. I've seen the Verb white a lot of pictures out compared to the GoPros. I think you get more consistent coloring and lighting, so I'm definitely leaning GoPro on that. At any rate, the video stuff is really good with the Hero 5, but the kicker here, what makes it, I think, better than some of the older GoPros, is that you now have image stabilization on the Hero 5 Black and also the Hero 5 Session. So that's an X Factor feature. It's the single biggest reason that I'm sticking with the Hero 5. It can smooth out some of those jarring clips where they'd almost be nauseating to watch, like if you have a camera mounted on a handlebar or something like that, it can turn it into a really smooth shot that it's like the camera is floating. Now, as for the other stuff with the Hero 5, it does take stills up to 12 megapixels, and yes, there is a burst mode. It has a time-lapse mode, video and photo now, and a night lapse mode. Look, I think it's pretty obvious. All in all, this is probably the best action camera you can buy, but at $400, it is not cheap. And I don't think it's that much better than what we've seen in the past. Also, for certain situations, there are better cameras. Like, for example, with a helmet, I'd much rather mount the Hero 5 Session. It's just smaller and way lighter. And by the way, I will be doing a review of the Hero 5 Session, so make sure to subscribe so you won't miss that video. And then, as usual, we will be on our relentless hunt to find you guys a deal on action cameras and a lot of other cool stuff also. So check the description out for that, or head on over to riznos.com/deals. So that's it for this review. I hope you found it helpful. Hope you have a great day. Write me in the comments. Smash that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video. See you guys next time.